Welcome, I'm Dave Hula with Renwood Farms here in Charles City, Virginia, kind of along the banks of the James River. You know, a little bit of history, and this is where it all started, Jamestown, and we're fortunate to farm some of the land there at Jamestown, the oldest cultivated ground here in the U.S. since 1609. And I'm blessed to have farmed with my granddad, late granddad in fact, and my dad, who's mostly retired. I got two brothers and a son that we farm together, and we're in the seed business. We raise corn, soybeans, small grains, and most all of it's in a never-till situation where we just don't no-till ground anymore. And we're focused on trying to be good stewards of the environment, and we're also focused on trying to make a living. It's a business, so we like to surround ourselves with good people that kind of help us get to the next level of production. Years ago, I had an opportunity to hear a speaker named Francis Childs. When you think of corn production, you think of Iowa or Illinois, but when you think of high-yielding corn, you kind of go, if it's not Herman Warsaw, then it's going to be Francis Childs out of Manchester, Iowa. He was the first person I know of to grow 400 bushel corn. And I had a chance to listen to him talk, and I was in the audience, and he was getting ready to present some of the things that lead him to the next level, and I was there with a pad and pencil ready to write down what fertilizer, what population, what seed, what chemical, what fairy dust to put out. But you know, the first thing he said to be successful was you had to have a positive attitude. Well, me wanting some information, that was not what I wanted to hear. But I know what he meant, that if we continue to do the same thing over and over, if I did what my granddad did and my dad did, and I continued, I'm going to end up with the same results. So having a positive attitude and being open-minded is allowing us to kind of get to the next level of production. And then, we get equipment, we get the agribusiness folks to share some of their new technologies here, and then we get to see, the ones that work, and then we also see the ones that don't work. So we filter them out, which ones best fit our operation, and that's just exciting because you see the results, and then, we start getting to harvest better crops, and there's nothing better. Even when prices are down, it's always good to have good yields. Years ago, I got a chance to meet Mr. Gregg. It was like, okay, I'm going to meet somebody that owns a company and have a chance to visit with them, but just seeing the excitement that he has and the stuff that he brings to us. Partner with people like Gregg at 360 Yield, some of the technologies and some of the products that they've provided with us. Not only is it allowing us to be better stewards, but it's also allowing us to be better producers from an economic standpoint. When I look back, one of the things that we like to do is create plans, and then we implement plans. We adjust them throughout the growing season, and then at the end of the season, we're going to evaluate our plans. Were we successful? Yes or no? What parts of our operation were contributed more than other parts? So having some of these products that Gregg has introduced, the yield savers, one of those is just a no-brainer because it's allowing you to pocket all that corn once a header hits it. He brings it in. And then the chain rolls, those things are just beneficial. It's allowing you to better hold your soil in place. And then also, if you can keep the stalk there on your ground, then the nutrients that are left in the stalk are going to go back in the soil where they should be, as opposed to it washing down the bottom of the hill, and then you get an abundant amount of fertilizer there. And then several years ago, we did an experiment where we were placing nitrogen close to the corn plant, and we did that with 2.5 gallon jugs. And that particular year, we picked up 4 kernels long on the length of the ear. Now you say, 4 kernels long, big deal. Well, it was 4 kernels long on a 20 row around ear. Well, you're sitting back and saying, well, 80 kernels, well, that's still not a very impressive feat. But when you have 80 kernels per ear on a final stand of 44,000 population, that is a big deal. And that didn't come from us adding any more fertilizer than we normally would. It just came from placing it just like the Y drops would, at a specific location for the crop at a specific timing, which is up to the grower to do that. The Y drops, that's just kind of a tool by itself. And this allowed us to put the 2.5 gallon jugs away, but we were able to kind of dribble out our fertilizer right next to the base of the corn plant where it can best utilize it. And then we're just combating so many things. We're not spending any more money, we're not polluting the environment, and we're generating more revenue. So for a grower, that's our goal.